Welcome to Health Quest. I'm your host, Linda Frizzell, and today we're here to talk about my favorite subject, the Skagit Valley Hospital Foundation and its Festival of Trees event. If you stay with us over the next 30 minutes, we're going to give you design tips to get you excited about the holiday season ahead. The Skagit Valley Hospital Foundation has been in existence since 1988, and it was created to raise and manage funds to support programs and services at Skagit Valley Hospital. In its 23 years of existence, it's raised over $12 million and has built programs such as the Skagit Valley Kidney Center, the Sunrise Inn, which is the hospital's patient and family guest house. It also raised $4 million for the Regional Cancer Care Center. And currently, the foundation is finishing a $1 million to remodel the mental health unit here at Skagit Valley Hospital. It's our hope that at this year's Festival of Trees event, we will finish that $1 million campaign goal. So today with us, we have Wendy Ragusa, who is the development coordinator for the Skagit Valley Hospital Foundation. She has been overseeing the Festival of Trees for the last 7 years. And also with us is Brenda Litaker. Brenda has volunteered for years with the foundation and the Festival of Trees, and she's currently our tree design chairman. So welcome, ladies. We're glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
Yes. Wendy, the Festival of Trees is Thanksgiving weekend as always.
Yes.
November 25th through the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
What else can you tell us?
Well, we're graciously supported by Associated Petroleum Products. Again, this is their 4th year of being our title sponsor. And the weekend kicks off with our Friday evening gala and auction at the St. Joseph Center.
My favorite event.
Yes,
Yes.
where you can dress up and have wonderful food and enjoy all the beautiful trees and the excitement of the auction, where we raise the greatest portion of our funds over the weekend. And then both Saturday and Sunday this year we have our Family Festival days.
Oh, great.
Saturday we've extended the hours until 7 p.m. and at 1 p.m. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be joining us.
Big moment.
For the rest of the day with photos, and we have a hot cocoa bar and live local entertainment. It's really a wonderful way for families to come and kick off the holiday season.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, Brenda, let's get down to some fun decorating conversation here.
It's my favorite part.
Tell me, how do you want to start? These trees differ from what we have in our homes. What makes them so special?
I think what the specialness about these trees is that we use oversized items on these trees. So some of the examples are like this hat. You know, it
So
could go
cute.
up on top as the topper.
Right.
Or if this was a real tree, I could shove it in there a lot easier. But you can shove it in right here, wire it in, and with a real tree, you could snip out where you wanted a large item to go.
Sure.
But I think that's the biggest thing. The other thing is, our designers use a lot more lights than you use at your home. And our minimum that we have on all of our trees is 1,200.
Wow.
Up to 2,000 lights. So I think that's another big difference. And what I'd like to show is how to put the lights on a tree.
You mean you don't just wrap them around in
No.
a circle?
I think a lot of people
trick.
do that. But then it looks like you have just lights wrapped around the tree.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to use these white lights on this tree just so that our audience can see. So what I would normally do is I would start at the top, and you always start with your female end, which, of course, I had backwards. So, and the reason that you start with this is we always wrap three together, so we're going to combine 3 of these and plug them in, and then we use a surge protector at the base of our tree so that it's safe that way.
So you get 300 lights on this long strand.
On a long strand. No more than that because it's really not safe. And you should always think about that. So, and we never use outdoor lights.
Right.
Outdoor lights just get too hot. So let's just say I'm up at the top now, but I'm just going to shove that in there.
Sure.
Okay. Now we're going to take this and we're going to go in and I'm just going to wrap around every branch. And I'm going to go way into the base of the tree and then find another branch to start with. And you will go all the way around. Oh, there you go. Bonus. So you're just going to continue this all the way. And you want to wrap all the way to your end of every branch. and then back down that same branch, and then continue all the way around the tree.
This is a great method, Brenda, because it gives the tree depth with
Yes.
you taking all the lights
Yeah.
way to the
So then your lights just
front.
aren't all sitting here at the edge. Another tip that I kind of like to do once in a while is I do like the white lights or maybe all gold lights. But if maybe I want a little pop of red, if I take a single strand of red lights and start from the bottom and work all the way up so that it's just kind of around the base, and that'll give you just a little bit of
like a glow. of
like
the
a
color.
glow. Or maybe I don't want all twinkle lights. I'll just put a center up with some twinkle lights.
Right.
So that's how we would do our lights. So
Now, I've heard it said that really the lights should take the longest when you're
They-
decorating a tree. Is that true?
yes, if you put on good lights, you'll have a pretty looking tree. They can take our designers up to 3 hours
Wow.
putting lights on, which people go, oh, that's an awful long time. But let me tell you, your lights are going to look great. They're
Right,
not
it's worth
going
the
to fall
investment
off.
in time.
Yes.
Mhm.
So now that I've cheated, and I've done all the way around the
That's
tree.
okay.
The next step I would like to do, and as you can see, this is partially done, so for demonstration, is I always like to put my lights on first, and then we start with the next largest item. And I like filler. And you can use fabric if you like. This is just a burlap. I bought 6 foot total and then cut it in half, so that's going to, or 6, what did I get?
Yards?
Yards.
Uh-huh.
And then cut it in half, so now I have 12
Okay.
yards total. This would be the next item I put on. And you can use this. You could use red fabric if you'd like. Any type of filler that you like. Now, one year I used a fabric and it was just too soft and flowy, so I spray starched it and ironed it just to give it a little bit more stiffness. But maybe you're doing a shabby chic and you have some grandmother's teacups and maybe some vintage aprons. You could tuck that apron in there too as a backdrop. So
that's a good
anything
idea.
you can create,
Right.
you can use. You're only limited by your own imagination.
It's true.
So here is how I would do some of the lights. So I apologize, I'm going to step in front of you here. So, or the fabric. Shove it all the way in there. And then do a slight little twist of your fabric. And then again, shove it all the way to the base. And another little twist. And shove that in. So now you're going to get this puddling. And could I have that other one down there?
Sure.
Sorry. That's okay. So this is another section, and I had just cut them randomly. You can leave it all in one if you want, but just shove it all the way in there. Again, it's a slight little twist. Back in. And back in.
Now the trees at the festival, they have to make them safe for delivery, correct?
They do.
So what's happening when this tips over and it's just puddled?
The securing of
Oh.
the ornaments and fabric.
Yes.
We love wire. Lots
Very
of it.
good. Very good.
Yeah. Everything that we do at the festival is wired on. So we take I don't even know what size this is. But anyways, then all of our designers have to go back in and hand wire everything that's on the tree.
Wow.
So I could turn this tree upside down. Nothing's going
And
to
nothing
fall
would
off.
happen. Fantastic.
So again, I started with the inner stuff, and I'm going to work out from now my largest items to my smallest items. Yeah. So even though I know it's a green tree, I still like to add other greeneries to my tree. So here is just a bunch of white berries, and they glisten, and they're very pretty.
So pretty.
You could cut that in half if you didn't want the whole thing. And then I take another, and here's a greenery, and I'm going to show you here so you can lay it down like that, and you're going to get it about like that. And then I like to take a poinsettia and put it right on the top. And then, like all good designers have to do,
Wire.
we wire these. Linda, could you hold the base there for a
Absolutely.
minute?
That's so clever.
A lot of our designers will hot glue these together a little bit right down here where I'm wiring, so that it's a little easier to wire. But this works. So now that that's wired together, then I just find a spot that I want to put in. So I'm just going to lift this up, and I'm going to shove it as far up in there as I can get. And then again, I would wire that in place so that that's not going to
That
go
is
anywhere.
beautiful.
Because my
Beautiful.
family's had some of your trees and these elements are in it, we've also used them on the mantle,
Oh,
on the door, on a wreath. It's just
Yeah.
such a clever way to get that instant impact
Mm-hmm.
of color and design.
well, and the nice thing about this is you can also fill in your bald spots with a
Mhm.
large item like this. So if you go and you see a tree and it's got some bare spots and you go, oh, I don't really like it, think of your large items. Those are perfect large item spots. And again, here's another large item. So then I would just come in and wire this one on. And yes, it takes a while, and then after you look at it, you can go, well, maybe I don't like it that way. Maybe I want it over here. And if you want, you can wire it again. I kind of like my stuff kind of crisscrossing over so it looks really full.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I usually do, here's kind of a trick that all our designers use. Instead of hanging one ball, one ball, one ball, we like to take them and group them into 3. So we will take our wire like this, and this is how you can enlarge your ornaments. And so I would put 3 on there, maybe.
And our designers also glue the tops
Yes.
onto these, so it's really secure.
And so now that one little ornament that might have looked a little too small is now going to
Be big enough.
be big enough to go on the tree.
That's fantastic.
And if you vary your colors with your sizes, here's another one. Again, 3 wired together. And if you put them, instead of hanging them underneath where they kind of disappear, if you take these and tip them upside down, so now they're on the top of your branch and wire underneath.
Oh, fantastic.
Then it stays on like that. And now you see it better than just hanging. And then if you have special, ones,
One of a kind.
these are the ones I suggest hanging by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Then they become the centerpiece or
They're
the
more
star.
showy.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're not telling them you need to be grouped. So there.
Oh, Brenda, that's fantastic. You know, we need to go to break.
Okay.
We'll take a short break, and when we come back, maybe you can tell us more about the hot colors for the season and
love to.
how to design a mini tree.
We would love to.
Sounds good.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Associated Petroleum Products presents the Skagit Valley Hospital Foundation's 23rd Annual Festival of Trees, held Saturday and Sunday, November 26 and 27 at the St. Joseph Center in Mount Vernon. Festival proceeds will benefit the Mental Health Center Project and the Family Birth Center at Skagit Valley Hospital. Come see over 25 elaborately decorated Christmas trees, a visit with Santa, and enjoy live entertainment. Visit the 23rd Annual Skagit Valley Hospital Foundation Festival of Trees.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about the Skagit Valley Hospital Foundation's Festival of Trees event that'll take place Thanksgiving weekend at the St. Joseph Center in Mount Vernon. Before the break, we were talking with Brenda Litaker and Wendy Ragusa about how to design a tree. And Brenda, you had some more tips for us.
I did. One of the other important things that everybody struggles with is, how do I put my ribbon on? Do I start at the top? Do I hang it down? It really is your choice. But if you don't want to look like a maypole, again, I'm just going to let the ribbon go where it wants. So again, start with the edge and shove it as far down in there as you can. And then here's where it wants to go. So now I'm just going to take it and shove it in there. Oh, look, it wants to go here now. So wherever that ribbon wants to just naturally fall is where you're going to want to just let it. If I just do this and tuck it in,
Brenda, do
it goes
you
just
go
fine.
with items around and up and down? You can do both?
You can do it any way you want. I don't worry about it coming over something or hiding something. I just think it adds to it.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter. And I can do shorter pieces up on the top to fill in or longer ones. But you can go sideways if you want or up and down. But the ribbon does work really well, just shoving it in.
It's beautiful.
Really pretty.
Thank you.
Can the two of you tell us the hot colors for the year?
Purple.
Purple. You got it on.
Yay! Purple is one of the hottest colors out there right now, and I was out the other day, and there was magenta to eggplant to violet to lavender, and I just think if you combined all those colors on a tree, it would just be fantastic. Even think on a white flocked tree
just
would
be
be beautiful.
It's
Yes,
my favorite color
and
for sure.
so
Well, I love
yeah.
the colors that you've
do you have
presented here, especially the teal.
The teal, that's also a new color that's coming out really good into the home area as well as fashion. So I'm just gonna, this is my tree from my house. So these are the colors that I have at my home. But
cute.
I also have now just recently fell in love with this teal color. So I thought, well, I have a lot of burnt orange and browns and green. So I found this pillow, which is now sitting on my sofa. And then this year, I decided I'm going to add blue into the tree. So as you can see, all these colors now coordinate. So an inspiration, if you're out and about and you find a nice shirt you like or a picture that you like, any of those things can become your inspiration. So this is now my new palette inspiration.
I love it.
So I have some greens, I still have the reds, I incorporated some fruit, some beautiful green that carry in the burgundy. Of course, I love leopard, who doesn't?
Yes.
So this is my tree now at my house.
Do you switch your theme every year, Brenda? I have to know.
Well, my husband's watching, you know.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
No,
forget
dear,
the
I don't.
secret. Keep the secret.
You know, I do about every couple years. I would like to introduce a new color, and you know, he knows me by now, and there you go.
All is well.
All is well.
So
This
rich
could be a
looking.
future one for me, but right now this is my theme. This is another theme that actually this is going to be one for the Festival of Trees. It's Emerald City, and it's based primarily on just a green theme with natural elements. So I found this green ribbon, again with leopard, and different color poinsettias. And I also like to add, and I'm going to pull this out, I'm probably going to lose everything. But again, even though your tree may be green, I like to add an unnatural or something that you're not going to think is Christmassy. So I don't find this in the Christmas section. And we'll just kind of pretend this is a new tree. So if I was to throw that up there, it just gives a whole new dimension.
I love the texture.
Yeah, and I think that's important to
Uh-huh.
add softness and hardness and all different ones. Again, this would be pretty up in the tree with this.
That's
nice.
beautiful, Brenda.
So another thing, even outside, you can go outside and you can find twigs or pine cones and flock them. Little different birds. So yeah, there's my stuff.
Wendy, what type of themes are we expecting for this year's tree festival?
Well, traditional Christmas themes are
They're
always
popular.
well represented. And
Right.
this year we have Run Run Rudolph. There's a gingerbread theme. The nurses from the Family Birth Center are doing one based on Santa Claus. So we're looking forward to those. For the sports fans, we've got a Seahawks Christmas, and
Yep.
of course our Huskies and our Cougars are well represented, and both of those trees are going to focus on tailgate parties. And many of the designers now have taken Brenda's lead and really focused on the beautiful colors that are popular in fashion. And we have some that are doing blues, and again, Brenda's doing her greens, and you can really stretch that color theme quite far with all the different hues and textures. So,
And a way to stretch your budget too is, you know, don't buy all the expensive ones. You know, maybe you only have a few, but then, you know, fill in with the less
For the
expensive
fillers.
ones
Plastic
and
ones.
stuff like
Absolutely.
this. Yeah, plastic have come a long way.
Right.
They've really developed. The other thing too is I know LED is a very popular light source
Right.
out there right now. We still prefer the natural or the old ones, I guess. Now they're old.
the white.
The white.
Classic white
Because the
lights.
LED just cast a little bit of a blue glow, and
Yes,
so
they
they're just
do.
not as pretty. So
Right.
kind of keep that in mind as you are designing your trees.
Right.
So.
Well, we still have a little time left. Can we talk about mini trees?
Oh, sure. We can. Again, this is the mini tree that I did for my own home. But now, Wendy, if you'll hand me that bucket, and I will show you. So here's what these mini trees look like. And I have plaster de Paris it into this tub.
Mhm.
And the reason being is I learned a valuable lesson last year. I didn't realize plaster of Paris gets hot, and so I broke my pot as it expanded. So this time, I
This
put
method prevents that from happening.
Yeah. So then what you can do is put it in here, it's secure, and then find something that you want to put it in. And in this case, since I'm doing a traditional themed tree this year, this is going to be the base for my tree. And so then I will
So
decorate
cute.
it the same way I did my large tree, using the same size ornaments on my tree.
Mhm.
Like you've done here.
Yes. So I just think it's a better fit for the tree. I know a lot of people think the little ones, but that just looks like there's little ones.
Mhm.
So if you really want a nice looking tree, use the same size that you use on your tree.
Our silent auction at the gala
Yes.
is all about mini trees, and we ask all of our designers to do a mini version of their larger trees, and it is very popular. They do a spectacular job, and I think one of the best tips you've given in decorating is the size of the ornament. As you say, from the large tree to the mini tree, no smaller than your hand, and you'll get that great impact of design and color.
Yep.
So-
Right.
And all these are pre-lit that we have in a silent auction. So it makes for a great piece on your kitchen island or in a family room, a children's room. Any grandparents find happiness in picking those up
Yeah.
for their grandchildren. And
Or
again, all
office
really
desk.
spectacular themes.
Or if you even just have a coffee table and your apartment or home isn't large enough for a big tree.
Yes,
This way you can have one.
We've also had some of our designers in the past put them in very tall vases or urns.
Yes.
And by the time they're done, they're this tall, and those make great foyer entry.
Yes.
You know,
Sure.
So
Mhm.
depending on what you put it in, it can look quite large.
Brenda, any rules on tree toppers?
Oh, well, a lot of times if you're using a real tree, you know, it's not straight, it could be weak. So we use, our designers all use a dowel. And this is a 5/8 dowel. You can use a 1/2 inch, and depending on if you have a green tree or white tree, we'll spray paint them.
Okay.
And then we push this right down the center and zip tie it tight. So now we have a sturdy, firm base to work our tree. And this is, it's a mirror. And I'm going to use that at the top of my tree this year. And so I'm going to wire it securely onto this on the top of my tree.
Wow.
And that's going to prevent it from rocking over and
Sure.
stuff. And
That
then
is
one of the
spectacular.
safety tips too is we don't use eucalyptus at all because it is poisonous to
Your animals.
animals. So we also, you know, try and be mindful of what you put on your tree so that it's safe.
Right. Oh, well, thank you so much for the
You're
design
welcome.
tips today. It's really been fun and fantastic. It makes me excited to go out and decorate a tree.
Oh yes, me
Me
too.
as well. Yes.
Where can people get tickets to the Festival of Trees?
They can, for the gala evening and auction, they can call our foundation office. I think we'll have information possibly on the screen. Or you can visit the hospital website at skagitValleyHospital.org and click on the foundation key, and we'll get those to you. In terms of the family festival days, we sell tickets at the door. And it's just a wonderful way for families to celebrate the Thanksgiving weekend, especially if you have guests in town. And tickets for adults are $5, youth 18 and under, and seniors are $3.
Kicks
We'd
it off
love to
right.
see you there.
Yes.
One fun thing for guests that come to Family Festival Days is one of our trees is a community raffle tree, and they can buy a $1 ticket or as many as they like with a chance to win that tree.
Anyone
and
can own it.
Anyone can own it, and it's very fun. Little extra treat, and again, we have wonderful entertainment. Santa Claus is coming, and so I hope we have lots of people spending the weekend with us.
Me
So,
too. And we'll finish off
Yes.
that mental health project
Mhm.
campaign.
Absolutely.
So thank you for your time today
You're
too,
welcome.
Wendy.
And pleasure.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you'll come back and visit us soon. Make it a great day.